right, yeah. All right, hey guys, welcome back once again. We have another layout update for you. Honestly, visually, it's probably not a ton different, but what we did complete is pretty big, and that is we got all the track work in, finished up all the sub-road bed over here, which is pretty sweet. So honestly, I can't even remember at what stage we were yesterday or earlier, but
I think we had the bench work done. The track was not in there.
yeah, okay. So we did have all the the road bed and all that, but yeah, as you can see, the loop is in down here. The one thing you'll notice, of course, is that there's no cork, but we are gonna go back to the store. Wait, is that tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Oh, okay, cool. Tomorrow, because we ran out of cork, we're just gonna snag some and put it through here. That's the only section that's missing. So anyway, it's pretty sweet. Got it all wired up, of course, and now, as you can see, we have a train running. So we just did a whole live stream, so I'm sure a lot of you were on that or saw some of that, and that'll be up, of course, on the page soon, once it's done processing, so you can rewatch that stream. Probably not all 4 hours of it, because that would be a lot, but I don't know, it's pretty cool. So here you can see, this is really the first solid train that we've run over the bridge and then through the sections. We'll be able to watch that here right now, but
yeah, and during the live stream we actually had two trains running simultaneously.
yeah, it all worked really well. The crossovers were super smooth. So like, honestly, I think when we first started running, there were a couple kinks to figure out with some track work, but we dealt with those, and now we can just like let a train run and it handles itself fine. So
yeah, I think you've had the trains running continuously for an hour or two now.
yeah, really no problems. There were a couple cars that gave us problems, but that's not the track work. That's just crappy cars. Yeah. So yeah. So just to recap again, I think we've talked about this. So we'll do maybe like some sort of commercial scene in here, right? Like strip mall or some stuff, parking lots and whatnot. Oh, and then we added a...
Yeah, I'm gonna switch back here. I forgot about that. Oh, we'll also probably get some more flex tracks when we stop at the hobby store.
Yeah.
Probably need like 2 or 3 more pieces. Just...
So there's a turnout right there.
Yeah, right here.
So the spur go back.
Gonna go back. We don't know exactly what industry we're gonna put there yet. Just we have it.
Yeah. There's our lift bridge. And here's a closer look at the loop. So this is a 24-inch radius loop.
Yep. I think it looks pretty wide.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Negotiates it pretty well.
Yeah, we had no problems with like equipment or anything, so I don't really know how we're gonna scenic that. We had a couple questions from people about that on the live stream, and I think we mentioned this before, but again, right, we're considering maybe a scenery progression here from the dry Southern California, sort of sandy, dusty stuff over there. As we come further in to this end over here, we might kind of move out of that and maybe into more sort of like Northern California scenery, just gradually, nothing drastic, but that is a possibility. So if you guys have any suggestions for stuff in here, you talked about maybe doing, I don't know, we could even get a track in there or something. Who knows?
Yeah, if you guys have suggestions or anything you guys want to see potentially on the layout, yeah, we're open to suggestions. Yeah, I'm trying to think. That's pretty much it, really, for updates on the layout.
Yeah, it's a pretty quick one. I mean, this is like the biggest milestone, but we don't have a lot to show, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah.
I just want to show you guys. We want to show you guys a train running on the new track. Yeah, I don't know. Did we talk about the reverse loop in the last video?
The wiring and stuff?
Yeah, the wiring.
No, should we do that?
Sure.
I crudely described it in the live stream, but it wasn't very good. So we also, yeah, we might do a separate video on this. I mean, I don't think it's necessary, but it could be helpful. So we haven't really drawn up a diagram or anything, but basically, this is it. So what we did is each crossover creates a reversing loop because there's a loop down on that end, and then on this crossover, of course, there's a loop right there. So that crossing track there creates a short as well, a reversing section. So the way we wired it up here, right, is we gapped
We gapped the crossover rails. We also gapped.
So we gapped. Basically, we put this turnout and this track, and then the turnout on the end of this track as the reversing section. So this turnout here, this track here, and all that, that's still on the main, like, non-reversing section, and this track here is also on the non-reversing section, but we essentially gapped right here and right there. So this turnout then is a part of this track. Still, it's isolated from the rest of the main line, as is this turnout here, because we gapped right there and right there, essentially. It's further down because other reasons that we don't need to explain, but anyway, so yeah, then this track, that far back track between the crossovers, is the reversing section, and that's all wired up here. So we had to do a little bit of troubleshooting because it wasn't working at first, but now we have no short circuits, works really well.
Yeah, that looks really complicated too.
It does, but it's because we have a few extra suitcase connectors in there, because we had to move some stuff around, so.
And yeah, I'm happy with how it turned out. And honestly, we're running pretty much like 2 reversing sections off of 1 reverse loop controller,
which is pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty sophisticated, and it works really well. Like, there would be no advantage for us to run 2 reversing sections, really.
No. It'd just be more money.
Yeah. It's not like, we're not like cutting corners here and doing some like sketchy rigging. Like, it just works, you know. The one thing is, since we have the crossover somewhat close, and we isolated the rails closely, like there's one right there and one right there, of course. Our trains, for the most part, are longer than that, so when they're coming through the crossover, the locomotives as well as the cars will bridge the gaps there. So the one thing that we do have to do, and it's a very easy fix and not noticeable at all really, is on the gaps in here, we put just thin pieces of clear packing tape on the top, and all that does is just make it so that when wheel sets roll over the top of this, they don't bridge that gap. And that's only a problem when, like, on the other end, on the other turnout that's gapped, if a locomotive were bridging this gap, and then over here at the same time, if a wheel set rolled into that gap and closed the circuit, it creates a short. So we just put the tape on there so we can run however long we want our trains to be, and we don't have to worry about that at all. So that's that explained. Yeah. And really, that's all you've done, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I think that's about it.
What else are we planning on doing?
Tonight, we have some ground throws. We got a few of those at the local hobby store.
Yep.
Those are probably, we're probably going to put those into the industrial section. I don't know if we're going to do that tonight. It'll be really quick, so we can probably do that.
Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Still got that kit to build, right? Wherever that is.
Oh yeah, well,
somewhere. But it's that distribution warehouse, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, I have no idea where it went.
That's very strange. It was on the table.
Well,
anyway, yeah,
it was in a past video, so.
It's like a truck transload warehouse. I don't think it's rail served, and we're not gonna set it up to be rail served, but it would be a cool building to have back in there.
For definitely. Yeah, he pointed over there.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there's a balsa, or like a wooden laser cut movie theater kit. Yeah. Which probably won't go in here, probably back over there in that section, but we'll get that built eventually. And yeah, that's about it. I think tomorrow we're just gonna get the cork, obviously. Yeah. Finish up laying track and do a little bit of scenery. There's a few spots on the layout that need to be touched up, like the ballast track in a few places. That's a really easy fix, but we just kind of want to go around the whole layout and just small little details need to be touched up.
And we're probably going to fill in some of this empty space too, right?
Oh, for sure. With grass, depending on where we know there's not going to be buildings and stuff, like where are we going?
This triangle.
Yeah, in this triangle, probably a little bit over here in this area.
Oh yeah, outside of this too.
Yeah, even on the outside of this, there might be like a small cell tower or something to go in there, but nothing big, and we can put it in with the scenery.
Exactly. And we got ballast too, which is right there actually. So we might start ballasting.
Yeah, that would be cool. Actually, yeah, over here we could probably do this grass too. Because,
yeah.
There's nothing gonna be really going on there.
And we might even mess around with doing the scenery contours over here. We gotta like sculpt this somehow, so we'll start thinking about that.
Oh yeah, if we grab fascia, we can actually start.
Oh yeah,
doing.
Go to the hardware store for the 5th time.
Yeah, we do need to. We need to get more wire to finish the bust, so I can drop feeders to the very back. Of
yeah,
the
actually,
table.
we got a lot of stuff to do still. So.
Yeah, there's some stuff. We don't really have any like set goal that we like must accomplish.
Yeah.
But
this was the milestone, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That we wanted to get to.
wanted to get track done.
And this is awesome.
Trains running.
I don't know, just like being here is really cool. It's tough to get a sense of like the room and everything, but I don't know. It's like a big layout now, especially when you're standing over there behind the yard.
Yeah.
And you can see the train all the way.
It's cool now because we can actually run 2 trains simultaneously on the main line. You have to do maneuvering and have a train hold, and then
which is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. It adds to the operations, and you can get some cool passing shots and stuff.
So we'll definitely do another ops video with that, more like mainline running. So we just did a switching ops video, and then we'll do another one. And who knows, we might rehash those videos as well, just different stuff. So always got running to do. So yeah. Once again, we managed to drag out a small update into 11 minutes, so you are welcome if you sat through all that.
Yeah. We'll probably be live streaming tomorrow as well.
Yeah, whatever.
I really like the live stream.
Yeah, that was really cool. So if you guys haven't checked out the live stream, we'll try to schedule this one. Because we can schedule them, right? Yeah. So we'll try to get a heads up if we're going to do that. Don't really know at this moment. And whether or not we do is, I don't know, we'll leave that up to fate, but yeah, that'd be really cool if you guys check that out, just because it's a lot of fun. Kind of get to ask questions live. We'll answer them for you, all that sort of stuff. So, and make requests. So,
yeah.
All right.
So yeah,
is that good? Probably see you tomorrow.
Yeah, we will definitely see you guys tomorrow. Look out for the live stream, and yeah, that's about it.
All right, cool. Stay tuned.